If we talk about threats, that's enormous, especially if we talk about underwater sites. We can think of, well, we can divide them into a few main issues. First of all, we have the anthropogenic threats, and so what people are doing with sites underwater. I'll come back to that. We have the biological threat, the animals that are living in the sea. We have the mechanical threats. Mechanical is the erosion of the seabed, for example. And then we have the chemical threat. Salt water in combination with iron, for example, creates rust. So those are big threats. If we talk about human threats, we can think of pillaging. Sites, shipwrecks are not always completely under the seabed, but they are often sticking out of the seabed due to the mechanical threat, the erosion, sedimentation processes. So if a shipwreck is sticking out of the seabed, people can look at it, enjoy it, which is a very great thing, but sometimes people want to bring souvenirs home. Or they think, if I'm not taking it away, it will be lost, so they pick that up as well. So it's a very natural thing, but if a lot of people do it, it's like ants eating from a big cake, and in a few days or a few weeks, things will be completely gone. But there's also commercial salvaging, which is can also be divided into commercial salvaging for the value of archaeological objects. That's happening, but also for scrap metal. Sites are being pulled completely apart. Big ships from the Second World War, First World War, only for scrap, only because of the metal that is worth money per kilo. And those are really, really big threats. So it is, the threats are abundant, it's enormous. Think about fishing, for example, just a very simple thing. Fishing on the seabed, pulling nets over the seabed, it's not done on purposely to damage the sites underwater, but because those sites are sticking out, especially shipwrecks are sticking out of the sand, they will be pulled apart, they will be broken, pottery will be broken. Beams will be taken out of the wreck. So a wreck slowly disintegrates. Those are big threats, and so we really have to map all these threats in order to be able to preserve them. If we look at biological threats, again, often caused by erosion of the seabed, wood sticking out of the seabed of a ship's structure, and it's eaten away very quickly by, for example, the Teredo navalis, the shipworm. A shipworm can eat wood within a few months, completely away, completely hollow. We've done tests underwater, placing fresh wood underwater, and within 1 year the wood was gone, completely gone. This happens also with that wood which is sticking out of the seabed, historical wood. So that's one of those things, but we have a very tiny biological deterioration from bacteria. Even if we cover sites, or even if sites are under the sand naturally, the bacterial degradation will continue always. But it's a much slower process than that of the Teredo navalis. There's also other animals like gribble who are eating the extension there, the outside of the wood. So there's all sorts of biological degradation possible. In seawater, it's mainly the Teredo navalis, which is a very quick degrader of archaeological wood. If we talk about chemical degradation, we can think of corrosion. Salt and iron creates rust. So that's a chemical process, but there may also be, because of the concretion of iron, this may also affect the quality of the wood, because a wood may be connected together with bolts and nails, and that corrodes, and that makes that creates the bad quality of wood, and also a lot of difficulties if you would ever want to conserve the wood if we salvage it, if we excavate it and bring it up to the surface. Mechanical threats may be one of the biggest problems, especially if we look at the sea and rivers. Water is constantly moving, and it's taking away sediment on the seabed, which can be sand and even pebbles, and they cause what we call abrasion. So it's scouring around objects, and you lose a lot of detail on the outside of those objects. But it's also taking away the protective layer of the object. So sand is taken away from shipwrecks, and shipwrecks construction are sticking out of the seabed, and then they're open to be attacked. For example, sports divers taking objects away, or the biological degradation by Triadenavalis. So erosion sedimentation processes, they link with each other, especially in seas where you have tidal movements, but also in rivers. They cause a lot of problems for archaeological sites on the seabed. And they are often the first problem that's happening. And then you get all the other degradation processes after that.